Hey, Blue Sky. I want to talk to you about something called internalized transphobia. Now, that sounds like a big, nasty, scary phrase, whatever. Basically, it's when people are being mean and nasty and transphobic and horrible to us or other trans people in our lives, could be in childhood or whatever. It's when we take it into ourselves and become scared of being transgender ourselves. We become scared of being seen as transgender. We become scared of the things that are going to happen to us because we are transgender. It's a sort of overview. So when I was a kid, I was heavily bullied at school for being assumed to be gay. I lost 6 front teeth at the same time. So I had a lisp. And then when the kids were asking why I have a lisp, someone at some point said, "Oh, he's probably gay." So suddenly I was being bullied heavily for being gay. I was quickly learning that being gay was not a good thing. That it was not safe, not nice, not friendly to be gay. So I became utterly terrified of the fact I might be gay. I didn't think I was, because I wasn't interested in boys. I just didn't know I wasn't a boy. But this deep, inset fear of being homosexual lasted with me and became transphobia. Because I didn't know what transgender people were at the time. I was so young. I hadn't been introduced to the concept of transgender people. When people came along like Hayley in Coronation Street, I was completely fine with the idea. I didn't have any, two ways about it. But then when it became associated with being gay, for example, seeing drag artists like Lily Savage, that was when suddenly I pictured being transgender in my head with being gay. And suddenly being gay was a bad thing, so being transgender was a bad thing. It was a bad thing because it would lead to me getting bullied. And the bullying was so severe, as I've said, they literally tried to drown me at school. So you can see why I was afraid of showing any form of femininity or anything like that. It got to the point I so much didn't want to be different that I destroyed all aspects of my personality. So I was hugely into punk, goth aesthetic, as you can see. I still am now. I was going to Green Day concerts, I was going to Real Big Fish concerts, things like this. I cut it from my life completely. I started listening to Placebo and they were amazing, and my sister said, did you know they're gay? You can't really listen to them because they're gay. We were young, we didn't know any better. But instantly I cut them out of my life because I didn't want to be associated with anything homosexual and anything different. So yeah. This isn't a sort of telling off of anybody. I mean, it is me being angry at my younger self. Because if I was less internally homophobic and transphobic, I would have transitioned much sooner. I would have found this life much sooner. I would have realised that it's actually okay. It's not a telling off, though, because I fully understand it. And coming from that situation, I fully get why I was in that mindset. But yeah. On places like Blue Sky, you'll see people posting things like there's a cut-off age where you're basically cooked. If you haven't transitioned by a certain age, you're cooked and you're fucked, and you're never going to have the body you want, you're never going to have the voice you want, you're never going to have the life you want. This is also bullshit, but it's mostly based on internalized transphobia. So people are scared to have low voices. People are scared to have broad shoulders. People are scared to be tall. People are scared to be different. I can fully understand why they might be scared of not passing. There are dangerous places in the world. There are dangerous places in this country. I am not really safe being openly transgender. But that's not me, that's other people. So why am I internalising it? Why am I scared of myself being transgender instead of being scared of other people who might harm me for being transgender? I need to cut that aspect out of my heart and throw it at them. This is their problem, not me. I mentioned in my previous video, when I'm misgendered now, I tend to laugh. Because if they can't tell that I'm trying to present in a female way, that's on them. That's their cocked, that's their mistake. And it's actually quite hilarious that they can't conceive that I am a girl, because I blatantly am. I'm non-binary, so this isn't me saying that anyone who looks like this has to be a girl. But it's quite obvious that I am feminine presenting and I am trying to be a girl. It's a sort of... There's two arguments to that bit, and as a non-binary person, I do fully appreciate your side of it, so don't worry too much about that. So, yeah, what am I saying? Girls with broad shoulders are hot, by the way. So are tall girls. You will find your niche. Look, people were bullied at school for being ginger. People had their lives destroyed at school for being ginger. Being ginger was not a good thing. And yet, as an adult, being ginger is hot, and like, people are really into ginger hair, okay? So who was right here? And yeah, being ginger might get you bullied, so you might go out and dye your hair. But if you did, you wouldn't then, as an adult, have this amazing strawberry blonde hair that gets you all the attention. So, I'm mumbling, sorry. Probably a bad metaphor, but you can see how by hiding this aspect of yourself, it might make your life safer, and there might be good cause to do it. And I fully understand why ginger people would dye their hair. I actually had a ginger beard and ginger pubes and blonde hair, but so when people saw me naked, which did happen sometimes in the school changing rooms, whatever, people used to call me copper knob and things like that because they thought I was ginger. They thought I was dyeing my hair. So I sort of feel an affinity with ginger girls because, you know, we're one and the same. And I have ginger pubes, so, but anyway, yeah, rambling. Point is, in the same way, while I can see why people would dye their hair, they don't have to. And now that they're adult enough to realise that some people are pretty fucking well infatuated with ginger hair, it changes things. And it's exactly the same with being transgender. So, as a sort of overview, I will say, try not to take it on board. To my younger self, I would say, look, please don't be scared of being transgender, because that is not a bad thing. Be scared of other people, that is fine. There is legitimate fear to be had there, because people do attack other people for being transgender. That's just how the world is, unfortunately. So safety is obviously a concern, but that's not going to stop me being transgender. It's not going to make me afraid of me being transgender. And actually it affects many decisions in life, and it affects how we talk to other transgender people. So you might think that this internalized transphobia is all on you, or all on me, I should say. I might think it's all on me and that the comments I make and stuff are all about me, but actually when someone out there hears me saying things about myself, hears me lamenting my broad shoulders, hears me lamenting my low voice and things like that, that then becomes transphobia directed at the reader. And the reader is in a new, brave world and is not in your world. So when you're sitting there saying you're cooked, you're baked, you're over 19, you're never going to have childbearing hips, you're all these other things, just please stop and think who is reading your posts. Because you may well not like these aspects of yourself, but oh my god, please don't stop somebody else from enjoying their life because they have fucking broad shoulders. Broad shoulders are hot. Go out and wear a crop top. Everyone looks good in a crop top. Everyone looks good in a crop top. Everyone looks good in a crop top. I swear, everyone. Anyway, I'm sorry if this sounded like a bit of a ranty video, but it's directed at myself. You can see how it's directed at my younger self. And the things I am saying, for example, about lamenting my broad shoulders and things like that. That's directed at me and the way I used to talk and the way I used to act around other transgender people. And when you read places like Susan's Place or all these forums or Reddit or TTTT or whatever, and you see people making really nasty remarks about their own bodies, realise they're not just talking about their own bodies. They're talking about all of us collectively as trans people. We don't like that, do we, girls? Boys. MBs. Anyway. I hope this has given you something to think about. I hope this didn't come across too ranty and ravey and whatever. I love younger me, but I also fucking hate her because she's a little cunt. So, yeah. Peace.